What if there was only a couple drum kits that you ever needed to buy, and then you didn't have to go wasting money on any more drum kits ever again? It's easy to get caught up in the drum kit game, just blind buying all these drum kits, spending all this money, and then you don't even know what you're getting into. Is it a waste of my money? That would be absolutely horrible. So today we're going to cover the only drum kits that you're ever going to need from this point forward. So if you're ready, let's jump right into it. All right, before we jump into the list of drum kits, we got to make a special announcement for my drum kit that just came out a couple months ago. Link for it in the description below. It's the Lost Treasure drum kit. And the reason that I don't want to put this in the list is because this drum kit honestly has everything you need already, so it would defeat the purpose of making the rest of this video, because you could honestly just stop watching here and get that and be done. But we're going to go through a couple other drum kits now that are well worth the money, so let's jump into it. All right, the first drum kit we're going to take a look at is BWB Wave X or 10, depending on how you want to read it. This is a dope-ass drum kit. Lots of really nice sounds in here, mixed really well, really loud. They will punch through your mix with no questions asked. I'm not a big fan of the 808s in here, but pretty much everything else just rocks, and like the bass samples in this are freaking amazing. So let's run through a couple of the samples, and we're not going to go through everything, but we'll run through a couple so you guys can get a little preview of what's to expect. And this is packed with drum sounds. As you can see, we got short and long 808 sounds. Let's just go through a couple here. And then you got some shorter ones here. Let's go through some of the bass samples. Like I said, some of the basses in here are just absolutely killer. So if you need some good bass samples or you don't have good bass VSTs, this could be a little hack and a way to get around that. Let's look at some claps. Maybe we'll take a look at some of the FX here. I really like the FX and the risers and stuff that are included in here. As you can see, there's textures too, guys. There's tons of stuff in here. They don't give you a tiny little bit and charge you $1 million. That's what I love about these guys. Got some good cymbals in here. Let's look at some hi-hats. Let's look at some kicks. Guys, we have to keep looking at stuff here. Are you not convinced? All right, what about some snares? All right, that's all we're going to look at now. That was some Voxes and stuff as well. So yeah, as you can see, this kit is just loaded. Super dope. Definitely grab it if you're in the mood for some dope samples. All right, guys, so the second drum kit we're going to take a look at is the Mira Touch Volume 2 by Nick Mira. Dope kit. If you have any other kits from him, you already know that they're all fire and they go crazy. Nick Mira is a super popular producer. He's got songs with just about everybody. So the things I love about this drum kit are the 808 samples, the kicks, claps, and the perks. They're all super banging in this one. And again, we're going to take a look at a couple of the samples in this as well. So stay tuned for that. But I'm not a big fan of the hi-hats and some of the snares in here. I don't know, just not for me. But anyways, let's take a look and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So here's some of the 808s in the kit. Let's look at some claps. Some FX here. Here's some of the hi-hats. Open hats, kicks, rims, snares, some perks. Lots of dope perks in this one for sure. All right, guys, so the third kit we're going to take a look at is the Perfect Match Volume 3. So if you're wondering what that is, they're perfectly paired kicks and 808s that are mixed to work together right out of the box. They pair together super well, and there's just a lot of dope samples in here. So if you're looking for just some good kicks and 808s, you're going to want to check this out. It's by Industry Kits, by the way. And if you take a look in here, we got some just 808s with transients, which are just going to be like 808s with almost like kicks built in, because sometimes a lot of people don't like to use kits. So let's take a look at a couple of these. So a lot of dope ones there. Let's take a look at a couple of the sets now. So when you open up these sets, you're going to see there's an 808 and a kick, and they even give you a little demo so you can kind of hear what it sounds like before you commit to putting both of them in your beat. So that's how they go together. So I love that they have the demos in here too. It makes it really easy to kind of hear that with your beat to decide if it's going to fit in really nicely or not. All right, so the fourth kit is Decap Drums That Knock 9. So this is the 9th in this series. If you don't know who Decap is, he makes all the drum that knocks kicks. And just like the title says, these drums absolutely knock. Now, Decap is an expert in sound design, so all of these sounds in here are going to crush through the mix, and they're going to be super unique, things that you haven't heard anything like before. So let's take a look at some of these samples here. Let's look at some of the claps. Let's look at some of these closed hi-hats now. Some of the open hi-hats. Some kicks. Some percussion here. Rim shots, baby. Shakers. Snares. We can look at some of the FX here. He's got some one shots and some risers. We can take a look at some of these 808s as well. Let's take a look at some of the ad-libs. All right, so the 5th drum kit is called Otaku Drum Kit number 2 by Gammy and Fiore. I hope I'm saying that right, but this drum kit is just packed full of sounds as well. Lots of unique sounds, lots of great sounds in here just overall. So let's take a look at some of these bad boys. Let's go through the 808s. Claps. There's some fills. Some creative, which I believe is FX. We got some hi-hats. Some open hats. And they got some live sounds in here as well for hats. We got some kicks in here, and as you can see, there's like boom bap kicks, accented, synth kicks, trap kits. We'll just go for some of the trap ones right now. There's loops, there's one shots in here, there's some perks in here as well. Let's check out those. Got some rim shots. Some snares. A lot of dope snares in here. I really like these snares. There's some textures in here as well that are dope. Let's take a look at, we got some transitions. Can never have enough of these. We got some Vox. Alright, so as you guys may know, sound selection is a huge part of the game, and now you have all these drum kits you can go to and use to get your sound selection on point. But if you don't know how to mix your beats down the right way, it really doesn't matter. So if you want to learn how to mix down your beats the right way, I would suggest watching this video next. It's going to show you exactly everything you need to do. And besides that, guys, I'll be catching you again in the next one. Peace out.